Hey everybody, thank you for joining the Colbert Connection. I'm Melody Colbert-Keene.
And I'm Danica Colbert.
And we are here tonight to talk about some things going on in the world today. What we got going?
48 days.
Man.
48 days.
You already know what that means. Get out and vote. If you're not registered, I don't even know. I need you to keep your mouth shut if you're not registered to vote. Because if you don't vote,
we don't want to hear about it.
You can't complain.
Nope. I mean, you could, but nobody cares.
And we don't want to hear about it.
Nope.
October the 7th. October the 7th. That is the last day to be registered to be voting in the November 3rd election. October 21st is the deadline for mail-in ballots.
People still mail in ballots.
Well, I'm just saying, speaking of mail-in, the mail system, it was reported that wrong information was sent through the mail about voting by mail.
They mailed it out.
And they mailed it out.
Okay.
And now the Postal Service is scurrying to try to rectify it and send out the correct information.
But did the people get it?
The people have already got most of the information.
Okay. So if they mail it now, they might have it before it's time to vote.
It might count and it might not count.
But he told those people in that one state, to vote by mail and in person.
Because the mail is safe and been voting by mail for years.
Yes. Can you vote twice?
I'm just saying. That's what he said. I mean, he's the leader, supposedly.
Anywho.
Well, moving on. Okay, so tell me about NFL. And
why do you say it like that? Why do you say it like that?
I just need you to get it done.
I think there might be some Chiefs fan in the building today. I think they might have something to say about it. How about them Chiefs? No, I'm just playing.
This is what I will say, because every dog has their day. So we're happy for the Chiefs.
Sad.
We're happy.
You weren't one of those people booing in the stands, were you?
No, but what was that about? I mean, serious.
I just, they say they don't know if it was the team coming out or if it was them booing their demonstration.
What it looked like to America on TV was
the demonstration.
Yes.
Yeah, that's sad.
Soon as they linked arms for unity, wasn't anything else, just coming together, unity, then we hear the boo.
But the Texans were already on the field.
Because how can they link arms
That's
with
what
them
I'm
if they
saying.
ain't already on the field? That's all I'm saying. I mean, use your own common sense. That's all we're saying. Use your own common sense. I mean, you're booing for that, so you don't want unity? We're just trying to understand the rationale behind it. That's all. We're just trying to understand. But anyway, the Chiefs won. We're excited for them. That's a good thing.
I can't really update you on any other NFL games. That's all.
Me either. Moving on.
Yeah, but I think somebody lost this week.
Yes, the Cowboys, my team, we lost. Yes, we did.
I think we'll talk about that later.
We will. Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. We're trying to expedite this for y'all because we have some unruly guests today, and keeping them contained in the corner is
we are so excited for them, though. We are excited. We're excited. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Pandemic. Okay. We're still in COVID. Rona is still here, y'all. Rona is still here. That's what they tell us.
Well.
But here's what's going on. It keeps changing. The counts keep changing. They're going up. They're going down.
Yeah. What channel did you watch?
It depends. That's what depends on your information.
And because it stops at the door. So, yeah. Again.
We got masks. Wear your mask if you feel comfortable. We've repeated that to you. Do what makes you comfortable, but don't rely so heavily upon information that changes every single day. But still, be diligent and be vigilant and diligent. Be careful. That's what we want you to know. Be careful, because there's a lot of false positives coming up lately.
Yeah.
And so what do you do with that? You test negative, but you might be positive, or you test positive, but you're really negative.
I mean, just like you said, just be vigilant with your hand washing, with your antibacterials.
Yes. Make sure you stay clean. That's what they're trying to say.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But tell me about the girls. They're not little girls, but they're young ladies who purchased some land in Georgia in
I heard about that.
Black Mecca.
There were 19 families, I think, is the way it went, in 97 acres or
97
something?
acres. Y'all, they getting ready to build their own Wakanda in Georgia. That's what I'm saying. Their own Wakanda in Georgia.
So
Black Mecca.
So are people less pigmented allowed inside the acres?
I mean, if
we have to research, y'all. We'll find more details.
I mean, buy you some land and you can have what you want. That's what it seems like. But they're providing opportunities for Black people that may not be available otherwise. Just like when Tulsa had the Black Wall Street going on before the U.S. bombed it, the own country bombed their own people. But I'm just saying. So trying to recreate and have for your own. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with having for your own, for anybody. So that leads me to, man, we're going to talk about sperm donors. I know, it's still a family channel, and yes, but sperm donors.
How much research do you do?
Do we have background checks?
I don't believe they do. I think that's where the whole issue came from.
Man, okay, if y'all haven't heard, there is a gentleman who was a frequent visitor, a frequent depositor at the sperm bank, and he told the people that he had like master's degrees. He was like this. He just puffed himself up like he was all that. And what happened, so
the women are picking him.
Yes,
let me go there. They're like, ooh.
They're like, yes.
This is good. This is good. Yeah,
this is some good genes we want to carry on. And then 36 kids that they know of, 36, come to find out. The man has mental issues. He is a high school dropout. And yeah.
Can I get a refund?
I'm gonna need. I mean, what do you do? What you already got a baby. You got a full whole baby, and under false pretenses. I'm just saying that's
messed up.
Yes. So, ladies, just kind of double check. Make sure. I don't even know. Go get some kind of double checking that you can do. I don't even know how you can. I don't even know how you can splice that.
I have this number. Can you?
Yeah, he was like number 63 or something. I can't remember what his number was, but it was for real. So all I'm saying is check before you inject.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Inject. or however that goes, because we'll roll with that. And speaking of babies, I mean, this is a young guy in Virginia that had a lemonade stand like a lot of kids do to make some money. And what did he do?
He donated a lot of his money to single mothers.
Yes.
Well,
he bought
diapers, I believe is what it was.
22,000 boxes of diapers that he's donating to single moms in his community. That young man.
How old was he? I don't remember.
He's like 12.
That's crazy.
I'm like, that's great. We need more young people like that who are focused on helping others.
Absolutely.
Because when you do that, your life is going to go good when you're focused on helping others. But he could have spent that on anything. He could have spent it on saving up for a car. He could have anything like that. But you're
thinking about other people.
I know.
Yep.
So all the single moms in that community are at least getting a couple boxes of diapers. And we know diapers is a staple. Those are a staple. When you got the little ones, diapers are a staple.
Gotta have them.
So I'm excited that he has done that. But man.
Let me talk about, we're talking about women.
Man.
There's some interesting 5 women, right?
Yes.
Sally, Paulette, Renee, Teddy. There's another one. Vicky. And I thought they were supposed to alternate male, female. Alphabetically, but they are coming to wreck some stuff in the southern states. Have you seen that? I think it was posted on the page earlier today. Hurricanes.
They are creating devastating damage. Louisiana's going to get hit again.
A couple times.
They just got flattened with the one that was just whichever one.
Can't think of the name.
Anyway, Lake Charles got hit bad. We got family down there, and they didn't get anything destroyed, which we're happy for that. But man, now this Sally is right behind it coming, and I'm like, get out, man, just leave.
I mean, it would be hard to go back. I mean, they haven't recovered from the last, so
exactly, because it was just 2 weeks ago.
And they're coming.
And there's 5 of them out there. 5.
But
there's no climate change. There's nothing. There's no such thing as climate change.
If I lived down there, I would probably leave this time of year and just come north.
Well, people say that about us though with Tornado Alley.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like you see it coming. Like, you know what I mean? A tornado comes, you're like, it's tornado season, and you might or might not get one. But it's like you see, there's 5 lined up. They're coming.
They're coming. And I mean, they could die out though.
But
are you
going
to take the chance?
But they're coming.
Okay.
So
are you going to take the chance? I'm not taking the chance.
No. So we say all that. We're excited
for
our
excited.
guests today.
Yes. We have 4 BMWs.
Not the cars, y'all. Not the cars.
Yeah. Not the cars. Black men winning, and we are excited to have them on our show today because a lot of times our black males get a bad rap because of the news media or stereotypes and that kind of thing. So we're here to share some of their stories, share some laughs, talk about wine, women, whiskey, you know, all
NFL,
that kind of
stuff. NBA, NBC. All those.
Chocolate, caramel, mocha latte. You'll know what I mean after a minute. But we're excited about that because they want to give some information that, you know, things that you may not even think about coming from a black male perspective.
And, of course, we encourage you ask your questions.
Please.
Because they are here to answer. I see we got Aunt Cheryl on.
Everybody that's on, please send in a question Phyllis, you may have.
Ask these men some questions.
Yes, because that's what they're here for. We're going to grill them.
They're not quite ready.
They're not. And y'all probably not ready is what we really meant to say is y'all probably not ready.
They sweating right now. It's showtime, y'all.
So we're going to take a quick break and advertise a few local businesses. And remember, if you want to advertise your business, get with us. Send us a DM and we can make it happen. So the next one we come back, it will be our BMW panel. Soul Food Kitchen for some tasty fried catfish and slamming fried chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, and homemade cornbread. We even have your favorite Kool-Aid, you know, red. Delicious home cooking is what we do, serving love on a plate just for you.
We are back. So, in the hot seats today, we have got William Keene, Troy Thomas, Mr. Vic Sly, Delonte Colbert. Hot seat. Black men winning.
And we are excited to have them because I'm telling you, they got stuff and information that you need to know about. They're not just what's portrayed on news or in talking. These young men. Yeah, you're welcome. Calling y'all young. You're welcome. You're welcome.
That's all right. It's an honor to get old.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's a state of mind, right? Mm-hmm. It's a state of mind. It's a state of mind.
So we got the lightning round here. Get y'all
warmed
up.
We're
gonna
warm
that y'all
up.
Need warmed up.
Warm you up.
Lightning round, right? Got a couple questions. Everybody gonna run through. Short, brief. Fellas, breathe.
Comments.
Breathe.
Yeah. and talk. Look, and speak up. Because, you know, we in the investment stage. We need more mics, clip-on mics. So speak up so the speakers can.
A couple business owners out here.
Yeah. Invest in the Colbert connection. Anyway.
All right. Lightning round. Question number 1. Drink of choice.
Bourbon. Vodka.
Monster. Everything. I
Everything.
drink all. Brown,
Yeah.
Hennessy, whatever you got in the back of the
They
cabinet.
pour it all down.
Whatever you got in the back of the cabinet.
If the lid pops open,
Come
let's
on,
drink
let's
it.
drink
Where
it.
he said, "Come with it,
Come with
come
it.
with
Well,
it."
alrighty then. I think we're getting warmed up.
Yeah,
Okay.
bourbon. That's Kentucky.
All right, right. All right. NBA, NFL. Which one?
Both.
NFL.
NFL.
Both.
Oh.
I'm with both.
NFL. It's season.
See,
Who's the team?
Cowboys.
boom.
Raiders.
Super Bowl champs.
Oh, man, you said that?
Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl champs. Super Bowl champs. Cowboys.
right.
Super
I
Bowl
know that.
champs. Who you talking about? Oh, a recent Super Bowl.
No,
oh,
we're talking
recent.
about, yeah, this year.
Recent. Okay,
This year.
recent. Okay, Chiefs. I got
Who
you.
did the Cowboys?
Troy got me off guard.
Sorry, man. I'm different like that.
He said Raiders.
Chiefs all day.
You Chiefs all day.
Chiefs all day.
Okay.
Reese.
All right. Final question. We're gonna get deep, fellas. Are we ready?
Hey.
Deep.
Best one sentence pickup line.
Ooh.
It better have been a while before you picked
That's
it.
what I'm saying. It's taking me a little while to think about it.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Okay.
Okay, that's smart man.
Uh,
You're not giving out your secrets.
I'm corny. I don't even have any.
Hey, baby, what's your name? What's your name is?
Shit.
Yeah.
Let me see. How many kids you have?
Okay.
Yeah.
I just been looking crazy. Just
Yeah, you
I
better.
look crazy.
Yeah, you better. Shit.
Just look at
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cataracts.
It's be like, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing to pick up. I don't know
My
what
eyes
you're
up
talking
here.
about.
My eyes up here.
Who thought of them questions? Yeah, you
Look,
did.
what'd you
You
say?
already know.
Anywho,
Yeah.
we had to get the lightning around, get y'all warmed up.
Get you warmed up. Get you warmed up. I think y'all ready now. I
think they're
you're
ready.
Okay.
Go ahead, hit them with something else.
I can't even. So, one thing that is a common misconception for our black males is, well, they look like they may have some violent tendencies, you know. Let's hold our purses closer. Let's lock a door if they come by. Let's do this, you know. So speak on that, on your experiences and what you want the people to actually know. Let's start with Victor.
Oh, put me on the hot seat.
No, wait a minute. We'll go with William. If you want us to go with William, because
Yeah, yeah, go with
he
it,
skipped
yeah.
past the
Yeah,
pickup.
yeah.
He passed that on to
Yeah.
y'all.
Right, yeah,
So we'll
he's
start
good.
with
Looking
William.
out.
Well, as any, the misconception comes
Briefly.
from somebody else's fear.
Oh, somebody's talk loud so our speakers.
And their fear I can't control.
Okay.
As anyone, I will look you in the eye. I will smile. If you smile back, that's great. But the misconception is we want something, that the African American male is violent, wants something, but we're like anybody else. We want the same things from our families, ourselves. We want a better livelihood.
Okay.
So that's one of the things, and yes, it has happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
And 50 years, you'll see a lot of different things. But that's one of them. And the misconception is we don't want anything from you. We're people, and we like friendliness just as much as you do.
Okay. Victor.
Okay, I'll just piggyback off what William said about going into a room full of white people.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I react as a black man? Because every time I go into a room full of white people, I have to adapt. I want to make them comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
And I think we get tired of trying to make people comfortable all the time because we want to be comfortable too.
Right.
So why do we have to switch up?
Yeah.
You know, because we're all not violent people. I mean, everybody on this panel right here, they church going, God-fearing men right here, and people in my family, my life, same. So yeah, it's kind of I don't know, it's disheartening when you people just look at you and they
automatically assume
that hey, that's a thug, So.
Gotcha.
I think appearance has a lot to do with it too. Because I know myself personally, I try to have to fit a certain type of mold to kind of make sure that myself personally,
But see,
I'm cool in any situation.
Yeah, but you're
Now,
adapting to.
It's kind of an adapt, but I think over time, and I'm not been through as much as you guys have either. But at the same time, I've been through a little stuff. But I know enough to know that, and people that know me know I fit in any type of situation.
When
That's
in Rome.
just me. I just roll with
Yeah.
the punches. But that's something that I make sure that I'm not looking crazy or putting myself in a kind of situation where I'm, outcast or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Mr. Thomas.
I think a couple of things. I think one of it is the lack of knowledge of people, because you don't have any knowledge of, or you've never been around a lot of black people, then guess what? You're just learning what your parents taught you or anybody else taught you. So, lack of knowledge and you don't have to capitulate. We think we have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's a choice. And so we've kind of adapted to that because that's what we think we should do. But we really don't.
Be yourself.
We just do be ourselves.
Be who you are.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because if you get in trouble, if you're getting in trouble for not being yourself, then you might as well be yourself.
Well, okay then. I mean, can it get any cleaner? It's like, okay, gotcha.
Okay, so a comment. We need y'all to speak up because the people can't hear you.
Okay.
Next
Any other time, y'all was loud as all get out earlier.
Right.
Now everybody whispering.
So next question. As Mel has talked about, just situations here, but what about professionally? Professionally in this area, have you seen, and maybe you didn't think of it being a thing of difficulties of color, but I mean, I know personally, when my resume goes across the table, you automatically know because my name is a giveaway, right? So what about in your all situations?
We'll start with Delonte. There's a name.
Great, it's a great name.
It is.
I mean, kind of from what she said, what Danica just said.
Speak up.
Kind of from what Danica just said. I know the resume's kind of be someone's first impression.
Yeah.
So, of course, when they see Delonte with the capital L and the hyphen at the, or whatever at the back of the E, automatically, people look at that and say, well, he might be. Yeah. But before I say, but I have not seen a lot. I mean, I'm sure that there's been some that I might not know about. But at the same time, a lot of the paperwork that I've done on my resume speaks for itself too. Yeah. So just because it might say the one at the top, when you read down through there, Tulsa University, or you read Pittsburgh State, or you read these accolades on the backside, Macaulay Regional, Joplin High, some of that kind of dances around some of that.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that I haven't, I just might not know.
Okay. Gotcha.
I have no idea. I mean, whatever I put across on my resume, whatever, it is what it is. I mean, if Victor, Sly, whatever, I don't know if they had a black name. I don't know.
I mean, that's what that's basically what we're talking about.
But but they look at where I graduated from college, then people know I graduated from Grambling State, so they know I graduated from a historically black university. So but like Delonte said, I mean, your resume should speak for yourself, regardless. You know what your name is, or I mean, but I don't know. I mean, they talk about affirmative action. That they gave us jobs, whatever. But it really is what you did. Your work. Yeah. So anyway,
it's like it's my experience. It's my abilities.
Yeah. I think it's just I think it's all how you carry yourself too. I mean, what you are and who you are, and if you have confidence in what you are, then I think that speaks for itself. That is your resume.
That is your resume. Your character is your resume.
Right,
okay,
resume.
I like that.
And like Victor said, I'm a graduate of HBCU, also Tennessee State University, and you are taught to be confident. Be very comfortable with the skills and what you've learned and what your production, is. So when I put my resume, while I submitted several resumes and might not have got the job, I know that I'm qualified. It's not, you can choose who you want, but I know that I'm qualified. And for you to say, well, you didn't have these experiences or qualifications, I know that's not true. Because I've done it. My resume, tells you that I've done it. And I can give you any reference that I've gone to. Any reference will say, well, he's a good person. He does what, the assignments that are being asked. So you have to be confident in when you get the interview.
So confidence, basically.
Confidence in
I like
yourself,
that.
sure.
Confidence in your abilities and yourself.
Right. And like I said, Victor, that's what we were taught.
Right.
When we were in college.
Okay, we're not going to stay on this topic, I promise y'all. But one more. What about situations that you found yourself in as people of color? Maybe because you were a person of color.
Yeah.
Have you had a situation? Can you tell us, being from this small town or Kentucky, something that's happened right here in Joplin that maybe people like, oh, that doesn't happen around here? Well, yeah, actually it does.
Yeah.
Can you give us a circumstance?
Like being discriminated
Yeah, oh,
against?
yeah.
I mean, plenty of them. Being a police officer in Joplin for 20 years, I just use one example. I got a call late one night, a prowler. When I say late, probably about 2 or 3 in the morning. So, and I'll make the story short. It was an older white lady. When I say that, she's probably 80 to 90 years old. So I was the first officer to arrive on scene. So I'm in my uniform, Joplin Police Department uniform, and so I go knock on her door. And she looked out the door. I saw her peep out, and she wouldn't open the door. So dispatch get me on the radio and said she won't open the door. There's a black guy standing on your
Oh,
door.
wow.
Yeah. So my backup who finally arrived, he had to go to the door, and she
Wow.
opened the door or whatever. So
And you there to protect and serve. And yeah.
But I guess she's 89. She never saw a black in a uniform. I don't know. I mean,
you never
so,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delonte.
Well, I mean, I would say for me, probably one time I can remember was
Can you
high
back
school.
up, please, sir? Thank you.
One of the times I can remember was in high school, just going to playing for Macaulay. We went to a lot of smaller towns, so we went to like the Wheatons, the East Newtons, the Bronaghs, and I was a couple times in high school that playing ball, heat of it, we're playing, of course we're winning, and you get called out your name.
Sure.
And it was one of those things. The first time it happened,
Yeah.
caught me off guard. And I had a friend at the time that he could know him, Alan Good, who, I could tell you that he was almost more pissed than I was. You know what I'm saying? And have a cat like that had your back. I was always taught, let your play dictate everything else.
There you go.
No matter what they say, let your play dictate it. And so to me, I'm like, I'm gonna come out here and just keep dropping numbers. I'm not drunk.
Yeah. No, I
Oh, I was gonna say.
be like in church. Spit your go.
Sorry. All right. But to
You got
me,
no manners.
None.
Yeah.
My home training.
But to me, that's what the biggest thing was I'm not going to sit up here and act a fool on the court. That's probably what he wanted me to do.
Sure.
Get you thrown off
But
the team.
yeah, said we came back. My dad, y'all know, coached for a while over at Macaulay. So of course we went to the principal, and at the time they actually brought the kid from Bronagh to Macaulay to apologize.
Okay.
So it was,
That's
different.
good. Yeah.
So, there's different things that, there's certain ways you can handle it. People that know me know I'm not someone that's going to act, I just go out here and cuss everybody up and down the street. We can handle this like grown people, and that's what happened.
Okay.
Mr. Thomas.
Hey, I'd like to say though, I got stories like that too, all through this, my history, but I like to say that there's a lot of people that I've talked to that don't realize that you couldn't go past 32nd Street maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not just for me, that's for, this thing, what I'm saying is for the collective to understand. A lot of people that are white don't know that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these are people that are close to you and stuff like that. And I remember when I was growing up, we come up, you didn't go past 32nd Street.
Yeah.
And that's a real deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't know that. And so I got personal ones, but that's one I feel like for the collective to know that they might not know.
Yeah, just
You know
as
what I mean?
the community as
The
a whole.
community as a whole, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because I know you couldn't build, black people couldn't build over us past 15th
Right,
Street.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a lot of history that a lot of people don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. King?
Well, when I first moved to Joplin from Kentucky, I actually lived in Webb City, and I hate to
Dang, how'd you make it over
harbor.
there?
Man.
I hate to harbor on,
When I met you, I was like, what?
on,
You live where?
on police, but the police stopped me my first month there in Webb City. I was stopped at least twice a week. I was like, I don't know if they were just, once you run my tags and see who I am, give you my license registration, you guys should know it. But it happened consistently for a month. I got pulled over twice a week. And I was like, it made me, I wasn't upset. It just kind of made me laugh. Like, wow. we have to repeat this. And this was, I guess I've been here 20 years now. So 20 years ago, which was what, 2000 era, that we're still going through things that happened 50 years before that.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I'm not trying to bash, the Webb City Police Department. But
It's
you
not
did
bashing
do
it, it's just it is.
But
what
you
it
did do
is.
that.
It's what it is. Okay, we're gonna lighten up just a little bit. Lighten up. We're getting too heavy. So we all know back in the Al B. Sure days,
Keith Sweat.
Christopher William days, the DeBarge. Hey, we just need to. Where we're going is that the differences that were popular at the time, and it was basically you had light skin versus dark skin,
Right. Sure.
and it's just a reality.
Sure.
How did that affect y'all's coming up or your dating areas in that type of environment? Yeah, I'm taking you back. It was for a minute.
Yeah, but
It
it's like a
was.
season. It's like a season, like bell bottoms. I mean, you gonna have some dark, and then the lights come back.
Yes.
I mean, it depends.
It goes
what you
back
want.
and forth.
Yeah.
But the thing, okay, and I know we've all had experiences with it because it's like, hey, I'm the barge, yeah. And then it was, woo, Denzel. I mean,
Right.
Wesley Snipes. It's like, okay, we go back and forth. So, in your experiences as young men coming up, of different hues, because we all know the black race is a beautiful collection of colors, just like the shirt, because the shirt's saying right there, we're a beautiful collection of colors. And I say a black race, I meant the black, just black, because race is human. But it's so, if you can enlighten some of the people on some things that maybe briefly that you went through, and that it shouldn't be, we know that, because we should all be collectively as one.
Right.
But we also know it happened. So we just happen to have 2 mocha.
I'm still caramel.
Yeah. Mocha and caramel. We got coffee. So yeah, just enlighten us on that, on your experience.
Well, like the old saying, opposites attract. When I dated in Kentucky, for example, a lot of dark.
Yeah, there you go. Bernie Mac. Wait. Long time ago.
Well, opposites attract. So I dated actually a lot of women that were a little darker than I was, and it's kind of going vice versa. Nowadays you can actually lighter skinned versus I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but in my experiences, I've dated darker women.
Okay.
You be back in for long.
Yeah.
Like,
Stick around.
I'm good.
If you're burning, stick around. Is that what
I'm good. I'm good.
I really never I don't know. I've never really focused on that as much as just. I just think. I think it's all good. I'm like, so, you just wait and it come back. Whatever it is. I don't know.
Give time.
It's kind of I really never. But I see
like
where
bell-bottoms.
that's always been a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To our own race.
Yes.
To
our detriment
you're right.
sometimes.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I grew up in Kansas City, Missouri. So in my neighborhood, I was probably one of the darkest in the neighborhood. So I didn't like it because kids can be mean. So
Yes.
they call you
Absolutely.
car baby,
Cold.
whatever. Yeah,
All
all
that.
that. So growing up, it was I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But then I hit the campus of Grambling State University.
Boom.
You man, huh?
And them sisters, man, they like some chocolate, man. So I mean,
it ain't just because it's like chocolate too.
Well,
It sure ain't.
but that was at Grambling now.
It sure ain't.
Yeah, I know. But then after that, I came to Joplin and everything, and then kind of,
Yeah, we
Black
know.
licorice. Black licorice. Huh?
He said black licorice. Look.
I'm ready to cut the commercial.
We Zeno here.
Okay, so back when we was all coming out,
Coming out? What you
But
saying?
you coming out.
Yeah, we keep coming up.
Oh, you been coming up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we want to make sure.
So,
We're just helping you out.
Yeah, man,
Family friendly
So-
show.
So you had like the R. Kellys was popular.
Yeah.
You
Keith
had
Sweat.
the Keys, the LL Cool J. So all the light skinned brothers thought we was LL. We run around. You can ask my friends Dan Lee and Snoop. We would all run around looking lit, thinking we was all that and that trips. We was light
The
skinned.
pant legs rolled up.
Right, one leg up. When you go to Tulsa, it's just a different mix.
Yeah.
So of course, coming from Joplin, going to the city, you get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So you see a little bit more than what you just see here in Joplin.
Okay.
Then you come back, kind of like Vic said, you come back and then you're back in Joplin. So, and it all depends on who I was running with. When I was hanging
That does
with,
make a lot of difference.
depending on who you're running with at the time, depends on what all you got going on. So, we went a whole bunch of different ways.
So when Black's in, you hang with the lighter skinned
No,
brothers
no.
or whatever, you know what I mean? They're like, hell, I gotta get light this year.
Well, you see that
Ain't no sunbathing going on.
but it just depends on what you was, where you at, what was going on.
Okay.
So,
I got you.
I
So.
always had
you
plan
got
B,
one
C,
more?
D.
Okay. We're going to go with, we're going to let that one roll for a while. We're going to go with work ethic. Work, because I know I got 4 black men working, even though it's winning, it's working is winning.
We never even talked about their titles. We should.
That's what I was leading to.
Carry on.
So that's what we want. Tell what it is you do or have done and what you are doing now before we lead into our next. Start with you, Delonte.
So, Delonte Colbert, graduated from University of Tulsa. I'm going to give you the resume.
Briefly.
Brief resume.
Yeah.
I graduated in 2004 and have been working ever since. I even worked through high school. Sales rep, I've been a lot of different things. Manager, I've done a little HR, but I've done a host of different stuff. Currently I'm with FedEx as their outside sales rep in Southeast Kansas.
Okay.
Plus I also own Midas Cut Lawn, which is a lawn service here in Joplin. And I got some employees, Stephen Gilmore, Damian Colbert, my sister.
Hey, everybody got to work.
Everybody got work. Everybody got work. And
Pay them too.
yeah, I had to pay them. But part of that was instilled in us from mom and dad.
Yep.
And uncles, aunts, cousins, just a host of all family members that have, all we know is work. And that's what was kind of instilled into us is you're going to have to get a job.
Yeah.
Mom would tell us that when she worked at the Economic Security. You have to get a job.
Black man
See,
working.
When you're 16 and you got a car, you got to get some gas, you're going to have to work.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I remember watching Dad work 3 jobs, coaching basketball, working for the government, and then also going to the bus station. I'll throw that at you. When he worked at Greyhound bus station, late nights, he would come home, get a couple hours sleep, 6 o'clock he's back on the mule.
But we never understood why he worked so much.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
Short
Mr.
resume.
Sly.
Yeah, I've been in law enforcement about 30 years now. Started off in California, moved across here to Joplin, been in here ever since. Work, man. I remember my dad. My dad was he worked for the railroad. He worked for General Motors. He was a bus driver. That dude, he worked all the time, and just like Delonte said, he'll work a midnight shift, come home and get on the bus, drive the kids around, come home and sleep, and then go back to his another job,
Yeah.
So I remember this something he always told me. He said, "I don't see how a grown man can walk around with no money in their pocket." So that always stuck with me. So so I always gonna have some money in my pocket,
Man.
And that's what my family say. I'll keep it in my pocket, kind of tight.
I ain't say I'm coming off of it, but I got something in my pocket.
Yeah, but work. People nowadays they want the money, but you gotta work for it. You gotta work. So like right now, I retired from JPD,
Yeah.
but I'm out of college working. I also still work for JPD on Sundays at the airport. So I'm just trying to stay busy, work.
Word. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Honest job.
Hey, Troy Thomas, I worked
louder,
at UP.
sir.
Huh?
A little louder, sir.
I know. They just
Troy
fade
Thomas.
out.
I worked at UPS for 25 years and also own my own lawn service and landscaping. So I did that since I was 13.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything different, and I'm officially retired from UPS.
Y'all
so,
hear that?
Yeah, retired.
Officially retired.
Yeah, and so I will still work, but I don't work near like I once did. This is the first time I've never not had 2 jobs
Yeah.
in my life. Yeah, I've always had 2 jobs. So I had that with UPS all my life, so you know, I get to take it on the back end a little bit, and I still do work, but I don't work like I once did. But
don't have to.
But it's I still like to work, so I think work is healthy for you.
It's healthy.
Yeah, it keeps your mind right, because no telling where I'd be with if I didn't do that. So, you know, that's.
William Keene, I'm the Chief Financial Officer of the Community Health Center of Northeast Oklahoma, and also the co-owner of Me's Place Restaurant. 1203 Broadway.
Don't get
Gotta get the plug in.
We currently only open on the weekend.
It was instilled, very early that that a man worked to provide for his family. And that was generational that got that. I believe that every man should have some type of skill, should never let his hands or his mind go idle. So when you work, also, work with your skill, but also work with your mind.
So we have a mix of entrepreneurs, we got a mix of career type.
Man, let me say one thing.
You had a chance.
I had to.
No, what was that?
Dialing back to the lawn service, it was cats like Troy that got me and Eric Colbert that had me and said, man, I remember days we hop in the truck and we'd see Troy come around with his mowers in the back. And I'd be running with EC, Uncle Eric, and Dad.
Yeah, bro.
And it's like, man, this is cool, cutting yards. So I just want to say cats like Troy and Uncle Eric were the ones that were the ones I looked up to. Start my stuff.
And that's what that's what I was going to piggyback off of, and I know you got your question, which is a piggyback off, is that as black men, you need to provide examples for these younger black men coming up, these young black men coming up, because they don't have mentors per se, a lot of them don't, to look up to.
Sure.
And so they need to see some black positive images. And so you guys, and that's another reason we even wanted to have you on here, is so they can know that they're out there, and y'all got to reach them. Y'all got to reach them also.
Yeah, he's right. I remember I moved to Joplin 30 years ago, and I met Troy.
See? Troy, look at that. You a catalyst.
I guess so. Hey.
Troy, he was driving around in a Fred Sanford truck.
Yeah, the truck was the lawnmowers were more expensive than the truck.
And he had one lawnmower, and that boy was hustling.
Always.
And from 30-something years ago, whatever, to now, I mean, he's it's amazing, man, what he accomplished, with that one truck and Fred Sanford.
I tell you, it's funny. I had a lot of young men that worked for me, and as I didn't find this out till like later in my career in mowing and stuff, but all of them, only but a few didn't have a dad in their life.
Yeah.
And so, I was serving as that purpose, and that's not the fault. I didn't even realize it until I look back.
Yeah.
True.
And I go, wow.
Because you had a lot of them working for you.
Yeah, that was like a gift that you found while you was doing, because I wasn't about that. I was trying to get that paper. I'm like, y'all were into me. Y'all was helping me. Y'all don't know that. I'm trying to mentor nobody.
But that's how.
But they were watching, and they picked up, and they've all become. A lot of them are become fine young men who were learned something from me, and I'm like
a work ethic, if nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else.
I love
and
that.
Some bad habits.
And well, we all got stuff to back.
So you've all kind of talked about your work ethic. Talk to us about your motivation behind the work ethic.
Yes.
Why do you do what you do, or why did you do what you did?
Have y'all ever watched? And y'all probably know motivational speaker Thomas.
Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas, E.T. Love some E.T. And he'll tell you that what his whys are. So I got 2 little whys and a grown why and some family whys. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Because when you wake up and this whole COVID thing, we can talk about that later. But I think it's been a blessing to me because I've been able to be home since March. Yeah. So stuff that I would take for granted about seeing the boys off to school and just little stuff. They get home. And you can ask those 2 suckers. I get my hug in the morning, and I get my hug when I get off the bus.
Right.
That's just it. So the stuff that I would be out in the road and just tell Stephanie, hey, yeah, I love you in the morning. That's stuff that before I was in the road at 6 o'clock, so I didn't get to see nothing.
Yeah.
So I'll say COVID has been kind of a blessing.
Yeah. Maybe not the COVID, but the time.
Yeah, the COVID stuff. I try to go to quarantine, but that little stuff like that, yes,
Sure.
that's the whys.
I see. I hear you.
You know.
Vic.
Motivation. I mean, if you're a family man, you know, it's for your wife and your kids, whatever. You know, you want to provide for them. Like when you said, you know, it was installed in you. You know, you the man, so you just provide whatever means. Legally, you know,
Whatever it means.
But you know what? On that though, you know, I know some brothers out there that doing things that they shouldn't be doing. But you know, and the thing is, they trying to provide too for their family. You know. But you know, if you can do it the right way, you know, and that's you just
sleep tighter.
Right.
When you have to write better rest.
Yeah. So you don't want to live like Trump. I mean, I don't want to. You know, I don't need all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Went all day without saying it.
I'm sorry, but I just use him as an example because he's you know, the money man. But you know, there's more to life than money. I realized I learned late in my life, you know, and like Delonte said, you know, I miss a lot of things, you know, in my career with my kids, you know, so.
You learned that.
I'd say when I first started, I can't see I was real motivated at the time, except I feel like I stumbled across to something, and that. When I first started mowing, I got rewarded for something I was doing. And once I got rewarded, then I wanted some more reward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
I like that.
You know, yeah. And so as you keep getting rewarded, I could say as a young man, I probably had a little low self-esteem compared to a lot of kids. And that was one of the things that helped build up that self-esteem, because every time you got a reward, you got another victory. You got some more. You got more motivation. You got more self-esteem to go out there, and it generated like that. And then so you get bigger jobs, and you get more. Then you're at home counting your money, and now you got something. Yeah, and then you can buy some things that you didn't have. And I'm like, I always say, lack of creates want. And so, you know, if you ain't got much, and everybody else is riding mongooses and swins, and you got this homemade with the big tire on the back, you want that you want to get that mongoose, you know what I mean, or the Kuahara, you know what I mean. So you want that bike that everybody else was getting. So
that's
that's what I feel like. Lack of is something that helps you, which is the same thing, motivation, drive.
Okay.
But you know.
Yeah, and motivation. I always wanted to have my own. My father was an ophthalmologist, you know, upper middle class family, so we had some things, a lot of things we didn't have, but we did have quite a few. But I wanted to get mine for myself, you know. And now, as I'm later on in my career, what motivates me is doing the very best that I can, and how can I become better at my craft. Like, you know, you look at all the NBA or professional athletes, they want to get better at their craft. That applies to just about everything in life. How can you get better at it? And that's what kind of motivates me now. Because, you know, money, you can only buy so much. Rather have money than not, but, you know, but it can only go so far. You know, the old adage, money doesn't buy happiness.
Come close.
It can rent it.
It can rent it.
But you got to turn that rent back.
But in my life right now, like, I want to protect that freedom. You know what I mean? Because once you get free of all the hustle and bustle from corporate and all that type of stuff, then you want to protect that freedom.
You don't want to go back.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that freedom. Once you get to a place where you can have that freedom, man, you can go do what you want to do, all that. I'm like, I'm not disturbing.
You reluctant to mess it up. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Like going back to corporate, be like, no, man, no, can't do it. As my husband be like, right opportunity, you need to get on back. Nope.
So,
I know it. Yes, go right.
Let's go to commercial.
So, right. If you could tell your 15-year-old self words of encouragement, brief words of encouragement, what would that be?
That's a phrase you would tell them.
Will you?
Follow your dream. I mean, it's as common. Everybody says that, but follow your dream.
That's what you would tell your 15-year-old self. What was you doing at 15?
Actually, I was studying to be an accountant.
Yeah, well, there you go. You followed your dream.
At 15, I was in the dream. I was winning. Shit. I had more money than most 15-year-olds.
You're right.
I was in a dream. I was living my
Right.
dream. So
Right.
it just depends where you're at that time. You know,
No, that's a real.
You know, so I knew I was doing all right at 15 because I was doing it since I was 13.
That's true.
So
So what would you tell yourself at 13 then?
Before you started cooking.
yes.
I don't know if I could put a couple of sentences together at 13.
Okay, moving on.
We gonna come back.
Yeah, well.
At 15, I was Kansas City, Missouri. So, man, at 15, I probably education. I wish I would have studied harder, stayed, paid attention, and just realized what that education really meant from 15 to what it is right now. So, I mean, yeah, 15, I would have studied harder and made that my goal in life to do better in school.
Okay.
I'm probably about the same. Because I know I was kind of slack. I mean, it's natural. So probably it'd been about the same as Victor said, study harder. So I remember I was asking my sister.
Doing homework.
Yeah.
Doing his
To
homework.
do my homework.
Y'all heard it here, Macaulay. You can change his name on that diploma.
I'll tell you what you want to hear. No, I probably study more because if I would have took more time to study more and to focus in and honing on certain skills, it probably would have been way different. Not so much just way different saying that I'm lover man now, but just to know I would have paid more attention and worked on some certain stuff in my craft better.
Well, see, that's kind of interesting because my family came from education. My mother, all of my grandparents were in education, so it was not taken for granted. That was a requirement. And not trying to be elitist or anything, but graduating from high school, that's what you had to do.
Yeah.
We're talking about your second.
Bella didn't play.
You're talking about, at least a bachelor's, master's, and even further. So that was instilled, and we try to do that with our daughter, our youngest now, that, okay, this is expected to make A's. You're not doing anything special. Because we are trying to give you all the tools for you to do that. And so it's nothing that you can't do if you put your time and effort into it. You can make the grades that you want.
I would say something that's funny because this panel, a lot of you guys were like school guys, and I went to school. I went to college too, but I have a different perspective on that. Sure. And that perspective is you're selling yourself out here. I don't care how much school you got.
Matter.
I know people who don't have as much. I know more people who are more millionaires that don't even have a college degree, or maybe didn't even graduate high school.
There's
but
billionaires.
they sell their self, and they have confidence in what they're doing. And so I think that to go along with school, I'm not discrediting school. I'm just saying just from a different perspective, because I'm more of a laborer, more of the not school. Like I went to school, but I just went because I thought you should.
That's what it was.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but I didn't. No,
that's interesting that you bring up that point because that is very true, and especially now you hear that education is pushed so hard. You've got to get done with high school. You got to go to college. You got to get your master's or your whatever. But not everybody's cut out for that material.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I mean, you have some billionaires around. That's Elon Musk. High school, that was it. Mm-hmm. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
And
but every circumstance is different. College teaches you critical thinking, and you can get critical thinking all through your life.
Yeah, and your experiences.
But it's
a discipline. It's a discipline.
It enhances it and allows you to think different perspectives.
I think it's just one more tool in your toolbox that makes you that much more.
I mean, if you want to be marketable or whatever.
I learned how to live broke.
Dude.
Because when you on a college budget and you don't have a lot of money coming in, what you think? Oh, okay, you.
No, that's true.
What I mean is, when you're down there on a college budget,
you don't know what broke is.
You're real.
Look, go. This is when we would zoom to a commercial.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is when we would fade out.
We let you dig it. Go ahead.
Besides asking on deference.
Okay, there we go.
When you're on a college budget, you don't have a lot of money that you can just disposable touch. you know what I'm saying, and have to learn how to cook ramen noodles. You know, now I'm not saying I didn't have no money. What I'm saying is, you know, you learn how to eat on some certain stuff or to budget better. Okay. That's one thing I learned was how to budget.
Better. Okay.
So I'm not saying I was broke, but I had to budget my money better.
Okay. Let's talk about finances.
He's
Go
getting
ahead.
ready to say something.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Let us talk about finances, shall we?
That was coming next.
How have your experiences or your work ethic groomed your now thoughts on finances? Or you all said earlier, like you said, I'm squeaking. Delonte, I know he's squeaking. Troy, you probably squeaking too. Look, everybody's thinking real hard about
No,
it.
I mean, you just learn management.
You do
I don't even
learn
think
it.
you have to squeak. I think you just have to have a budget. You have to plan. And that's what I learned in my latter years. Before, I knew I had excess or I could go get excess to make up for my ignorant mistakes.
Gotcha.
Now, I go, I don't really want to make no mistakes, so I want to plan. So you end up making a plan for your life, and it seems to run a lot smoother.
I like it.
Where most people might not have a plan and all over the place, it just seems to slip out your hand.
Yeah, you get it and it goes out. Get it, go out. Yeah.
Go out.
I seen that.
You seen what?
It come in and go.
Yeah.
Out.
I think we all been there.
Well, if you don't plan for it, it'll go quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll run out faster than what's coming in, and you look up and you're in the red.
Yeah.
So, like with Troy, what you look at me like that for? Yeah.
Ain't nothing like a sister to tell the truth.
But like what Troy said, man, you have to plan. And when you work that plan, instead of letting the plan work you be fine.
And if you're married, your partner, you guys got to be on the same page on your
that's
finance too. You know, she might like to spend, or he's tight, whatever. You know, but so you got to come in and compromise in the middle. You know, but make sure that you know the important things are taken care of. You know, going back on things. You know, I wish I was a little bit not as tight on some things because because finance, you want to have that money and have, like Troy said, plan for things that savings, whatever. But sometimes, he said it, money's not everything. So sometimes you gotta let it up. Sometimes,
But it's about proper work-life balance.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
You have to work. You need to go play.
Uh-huh.
And money works off of money's like an energy, so it works off the proper balance of everything.
Sure,
so that's what you got to work on. That's what we have to realize. I don't think we know enough about how money works and what its true purpose is for. You know what I mean? And like once you understand that, and I think as you get older, you make a few mistakes and you go broke and you come back up and you learn how to do things a little bit and you learn a little bit more.
Right.
Absolutely right.
Well, my rule, I try to live by the 80% rule. Pay God his 10%, pay me my 10%, and try to live off the rest. So that's always that was instilled by my grandfather and my father. They said if you can live off of 80%, you're doing pretty good. But he said don't forget to pay yourself.
Yeah.
That's easy. And that brings us to as historically as African Americans, we have not done a lot of investing. Or that kind of looking towards our future. So what advice or what things could you talk about if you're doing now that is setting up your kids for the future? Because this whole panel is over a certain, so it's like we got more behind us than in front of us. So what are you doing for your generations coming up, as far as investing and things like that?
Well, I think where all this panel is in a unique situation that you have private businesses, side businesses. That's an asset. You can pass down. Troy can pass down. That's an asset. That's a second mode of income. Our restaurant, that's a second mode of income. That's what we can pass down generationally is businesses, property.
Real estate, is it? Yes.
That if you buy these things, you can pass that down to, again, create generational wealth. I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
Right.
It's funny. I have a buddy of mine that we've been kind of collaborating back and forth, and that was our biggest thing. We both kind of went down, and then we come back up. But what we realize now is that It's about our kids learning how to do this stuff.
Yes.
Sure.
And we weren't, I can't say we were great at it until we got to a place where, okay, I got a little extra change. And so now you go get like a app called Acorn,
Yep.
and you
Yep.
put your little extra change in it.
Yes.
And so then that grows for them, and then next thing you know, your kids has got money, and also you're teaching them how to
Absolutely.
how to do
and
the same
anybody
thing.
can download that app.
Right, and anybody,
Because you're
yeah.
spending anyway.
Mhm.
Everybody, download that Acorn app. And
Sure.
start investing now for
Yeah.
your kids. Victor?
Well, when my girls was right out of, I don't know, grade school, whatever, we got them a bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys, can you hear me? You know what I'm speaking about now? Anyway, so that's where we started.
Knew it was coming.
Yeah. So, we started getting them a bank account, their own bank account, and so they can track their own money. Then once I retired from the PD, I was able to put my money into some mutual funds for the girls and everything, and they used that money for their 529 plan, whatever.
Yeah.
So they know about that stuff, and I know my youngest, she's like me, kind of she's real tight and everything. So she's already plan. I mean, she plans.
Yeah.
I mean, she knows in 10 years how much money she's gonna have. So that's something that I thought. Because like Troy said, I didn't know all the answers. I still mess up, on finance and everything.
We do.
So I try to get with people who knows that stuff and try to give me the right direction to take on my finances.
Okay. That's smart, though.
I'm not good with money.
Put it out there.
I'm just gonna tell you.
Hey,
I'm just gonna tell you.
honesty.
If it wasn't for Stephanie and Mom and Danica and people around me that know a lot about little stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with making it. I mean, I
Yeah.
can never tell me I didn't have any money in my pocket.
Well, you was broke a minute ago.
Yeah.
Sorry. Carry on.
Carry on.
Carry on.
I sell in the store.
Tell your story. Carry
In
on.
the store. But when you got people around you that know a little bit about
Sure.
money, helps you. So, one thing I'm hard with letting my money go. So if I got my own bank account, Stephanie got her own bank account. But I know at the end of the day I need to actually talk to her about certain stuff, because if not,
Yeah.
I'll go out here and just be spending.
Yeah.
And and my friends know, Danica know, they tell me, you never going to the bar so much.
That's definitely what you got. We start talking like that. That's definitely.
But when you got people around you that tell you, hey, you watch this. Oh, hey, you need to get new tires for your truck, or you need to get new blades this week, or oh, you got payroll coming on Friday, or this is whatever stuff.
Sure.
You got people in your corner that can tell you and talk to you the right way. That way, you know, okay, I need to save some of this, put it back,
That's
and
good.
get ready for rainy day. So.
Well, and that's good that you recognize that whatever your weakness may be, and you have somebody that's a complement to that. So that makes a difference.
I like to have a good time, and people that know me know I enjoy myself to the fullest, and I think that's part of. If we go back to saying, well, you know what, that's part of what makes the line. Yeah, I have a great time, no matter who it is.
I hear you.
But but at the same time, it's.
She's like, yes.
But part of that's my weakness.
Yeah.
Because if I go out there and do too much, I look up my tabs $500-$600,
Yeah.
and I might need that.
I think we was there one time at 609.
What with him?
Shout
We're
out
like,
to
we was on him.
like
He's like, how much?
It was
What
real
I
hard that
spend?
night. It was
Yeah.
really real hard. That
See, I'll never have a $500 tab. I'm
I
taking
have-
a whole busload of folks for $500. You know what I mean?
No, he
But it's
paid
just a different-
he
but-
paid for like 2 tables.
Right, no, but I mean, I know people like that. That's funny that
Yeah.
it's just different kind of people, and they learn them lessons too.
Right.
Yeah.
We all learn these lessons.
That's what it's about.
Mhm.
Learning
So,
life lessons.
life
And we
lessons,
agree with
yeah.
that. It's like life
I'll tell you
lessons.
another story. We was down in Miami, Florida, hanging out with Yo, and we went to Club Bed where they had the whole soul and all
Oh
that
yeah,
shit.
that's.
And people dancing, coming from top.
That's another show.
This is a family friendly show.
But that's another one. I had to learn. That taught me about credit cards.
Right.
Because I had a gold Amex thinking I was, let's go get it.
Get it.
And
You got it.
I come back home, and the Amex says you have to pay it at the end of the month.
30 days. Yeah, no.
And when I saw that tab or bill come back in, hey,
mad?
I think I was in college.
When he was broke. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, we was it was young. We was down there hanging out, and
Right.
it was
That'd be okay.
Mom, Dad, hey, I need help because the car's supposed to be for gas. So at the time, at the time,
Sure.
Yeah, I extra gas, all right.
Yeah, it's broke.
Down there at the
That's
club.
a lot of gas
Yeah,
you spending.
I had a lot of gas.
You lucky you have somebody to call.
Man, you know.
There you go. Everybody doesn't have nobody to call. And
Yeah.
that's part of, that's part of it also.
And they made me work it off.
Well, I almost don't want to have to wrap it up because, I mean, we're
Good
going over. It's
conversations,
good
yeah.
conversation, and it's needed conversation, you know. But I am going to leave y'all with, because
She got to have one question.
yeah, I got to put it out there because I just need to know. Because I know all y'all seen the Will and Jada Red Table Talk.
Entanglement.
The entanglements. I know I won't hear from this male perspective on the y'all's viewpoints on the entanglement.
They had an open relationship, so it's all right.
Don't see a problem.
I mean, that's their relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
And everybody got whatever works for them.
I don't like that, because because then you got all these emotions. Everybody get hooked up on that kind of stuff. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in an open relationship. I just know it. I mean, but that's if Will was all right with that. Hey, fine. But
He seemed okay, huh?
yeah, but
He didn't.
The only thing I didn't kind of.
He got a new one.
The young boy, he was kind of young though. I mean, when did she start like training him or grooming him?
Well, she was the like a counselor type person, therapy type.
Even though.
And but yeah, you're not supposed to like for real be entangling with your client.
Entangling.
What she do? Sitting on his lap, say, "Hey,
Yeah, they sit on laps and all that. Yes, they all that.
Let me
all
mentor
that.
you."
Those pictures of That's on them.
Okay, so
I really don't know
each
about
to their
it.
own.
I mean,
That's on them.
they.
That's on them.
Good
Nobody
answer.
know. Nobody know
Good
nothing all of a
answers.
sudden.
No, I mean,
Good answers.
every relationship's an entanglement.
Yeah,
Willie said that.
yeah. Good answers. Yes. So, a last thing to leave with. What little bit of wisdom, little piece of wisdom can you leave with a young black male that may be watching, or this gets shared with? What words of wisdom would you leave for them? Delonte.
Keep following your grind.
Keep following your
I
grind.
mean, you gotta have a dream. You gotta have a dream to do something. If nothing else, talk to somebody, get counsel, mentor, whatever, with somebody, but always have your dream and go chase it. Go after it.
Okay, I like it.
Oh, that's the easy one. It's God, man. You have to have God in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It'll start right now. If he's not in your life now, get him there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would piggyback off what these guys said. I'd first start with God, but then I would start with finding your purpose.
Mm.
Yeah, because without your purpose, then you don't know what dream you're trying to chase.
Amen. You just going in circles.
And
I
like
got
that, so
you.
I'll just sum it up. Believe in your dream, believe in your faith, whatever that is. Mine is Jesus Christ, but everybody can have their own faith or whatever they believe in. Know your purpose and love yourself.
Self-love.
You have got to love you, because if you don't love yourself, nothing else works.
I like that.
That's what we got today.
So you heard it here on the Colbert Connection, our panel of BMWs,
BMW.
black men winning.
And drinks on Delonte.
Drinks on Delonte after we leave. And we thank you for joining us. And next week we have
Terrence Scott from Missouri Southern. will be with us
yes,
next
this
week.
young man is a musician and a
Director of ticketing
Right.
at Missouri Southern. Yes.
Yeah.
So he's going to come and sing for us and tell us a little bit about what he does over there.
absolutely.
Yeah,
So
diapers,
join us
diapers
next.
Yeah.
This is what we have, y'all. This is what we have, but we love it. We love our men. We love them.
We'll see y'all next
thank
week.
you for joining us. See you next week.